welcome to another studio vlog. So I'm starting off with doing a commission. Now this commission was a birthday card. I thought it would be nice to kind of go with a painterly kind of birthday card, and the size is around A5. It's a little bit smaller because it's supposed to be for a 70th birthday, so I wanted to make the card quite large and special. So I thought I would do a watercolor painting. I am using my Schminke Horadam watercolors for this time commission. It was a perfect time to use my professional watercolors, and yeah, it was really nice to use them. They're very pigmented, and I think it'll take a bit getting used to, especially since I haven't really done watercolor in a while. So I was kind of like trying to figure things out. It layers quite nicely, and yeah, I enjoy creating with them, so it'll be nice to do some more paintings with them to just kind of get used to the new watercolors. And yeah, I'm using watercolor paper. I think it's 190 GSM. I just down to like so that it won't warp too much. And yeah, I tape it with washi tape. Masking tape I find leaves a residue, so I use washi tape now, and that works a lot better. And the paintbrushes I'm using from Hobbycraft. It's just like a really simple kind of basic set, and it works really well. I do have a review on it, so I will try to remember to connect it to the iCards. Yeah, so I thought I would go with like a nice floral look. What I was going for, I didn't end up achieving, but I really like the finished piece. So yeah, it just kind of went in a different direction, which I guess tends to happen anyway. But yeah, I really like how it turns out. So I thought I would put some like blobs of yellow, pinky reds, and like orange for the flowers, and then add some like blue and stuff to the background to make a kind of greeny look, because I wanted it to have like, at first I wanted a kind of bouquet look, but then it just ended up kind of like a floral pattern, or like a bunch of flowers kind of nestled in leaves, maybe like a kind of bush it ended up looking like. And I thought it would be nice to maybe do some negative painting, so the leaves will be negative painted. And I started off first with the leaves, but then I realized I should probably do the flowers first. Just the way I wanted to do the flowers would have been somewhat different to the leaves. Yeah, with the flowers I didn't do any negative painting, just the leaves. So I changed over to do the flowers next, and I just did them in the kind of simple doodly look I tend to do roses, because I was kind of stumped. I don't know why I was struggling so much trying to figure out what I wanted, so I thought I would just go for that and then just kind of figure things out as it went along. So I would just kind of go over the colors with maybe similar colors or slightly different, and you'll see as the painting progresses how it kind of changes. And yeah, once I did that, then I was able to go back to the background to continue the negative painting. And the colors I'm using are cadmium yellow, carmine, permanent orange, some yellow ochre. I don't think I used lemon yellow. I can't remember using lemon yellow because I did want to keep it kind of warm, though permanent carmine is a cooler red, but I wanted to keep it a little bit warmer. And then I used some ultramarine as well. Yeah, and some ultramarine. So those are the colors I used, and then I just mixed a bunch of different variations. And then I wasn't too sure if I liked the flowers, so then I went in and like mixed some Royal Talons white gouache. That's a really nice gouache paint, so I mixed that with the watercolors to kind of make it kind of gouache, and then went over the flowers, but then I really didn't like that. So then I went back over with like a slightly stronger color, and then I was able to like add highlights and stuff. So it went through a lot of layers, a lot of back and forth, kind of all over the place, but I really like how it turned out. This was just something that had to go through a really big hot mess ugly phase for it to end up nice. And yeah, so I also added like the veins of the leaves for the background, and I added some white leaves and some white dots in the background, added highlights to the flowers with the white gouache to brighten everything up. And I also went in with some gold Winsor Newton calligraphy ink. That wasn't filmed because I didn't film the assembly of the card. The card assembly, I wanted it to be in a way that if the recipient of the card wanted to remove the painting, they could, without having to like tear it off a card base. So what I did was I cut out a frame out of some craft cardstock to put like on the front of the card, and I also cut out a like square so that the front of the card base looked like a frame. And then I attached the painting on the inside of the card facing outwards, so you can see the painting from the outside, like from the front, with some like clear photo corners on the inside. And then I kind of sealed it in there by sticking some masking tape around the edges and putting a plain piece of paper over top, so it kind of looks like my matte framed pieces. So if you've seen me, how I've done that is a bit like that, just kind of slightly different, I guess, but it's pretty much the same thing. So then if the person wants to take it off, they will just have to peel away that paper that I've put on to like kind of conceal the painting within, and yeah, that's how they will be able to get in. And then on the front of the card, before I stuck the craft frame on, I took a piece of vellum, wrote happy 70th birthday, and then stuck that to the back of the frame. And kind of like the way I did it, I wrote the sentiment with a brush marker, and then on the back I used a white paint pen behind the sentiment just so it like pops off of the very colorful background. Stuck that to the back of the frame, then stuck the frame onto the card base. And yeah, I added some like gold in the sentiment as well, just so it goes well with the painting that has some gold spots in it, and kind of like gold highlights. And yeah, that's pretty much the card. I vaguely remember adding doodles to the frame. I can't remember if that's correct or not. I could be thinking of another one. I did a few cards this month, which you'll see like throughout the vlog. But yeah, I really liked how it turned out. I was really pleased with it, especially since it was so up and down, kind of all over the place. It took quite a few layers, but I really like how it turned out. Really proud that I was able to pull it back, because at one point I thought I would have to just kind of start over and try something new, but it all worked out in the end, and I was really pleased with it. And yeah, so let me know what you think. I really like it. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I think that's it. I pretty much said the process. And yeah, so I will talk to you guys in a bit in the next clip. welcome to another studio vlog. I thought I would just introduce the vlog while I'm folding these bases for my pocket journals. If you guys aren't aware, I sell a product called pocket journal kits, where it's like pre-decorated journals with a few items to like help you finish your spreads. Like, it's great for memory keeping, scrapbooking, that kind of thing. And I do 3 different sizes: large, medium and small. These bases are for the medium size, made from like an A4 piece of paper. So with that, I will be spending the majority of this month mostly preparing for my upcoming markets. My first market was on the 5th of February, which you guys knew if you watched the January vlog, at Royal Star Arcade. It went pretty well. It was really quiet, which most February markets are, but it was great to just kind of get back to it, kind of familiarize myself with markets. Even though it's only been like around 6 weeks since my last one, I felt like I didn't really know what I was doing, so it was good to just kind of get that practice back in, to get back in the mindset of doing markets, and like remind people that I'm around and stuff like that. So I didn't focus too much on making products for that one. I knew I had some, and my focus was on other things, so I really want to make sure to up the amount, like my inventory. I need to update it, restock it, should I say. And one of those things I need to restock are pocket journals, because I think I only have 2 left, like a medium and a small. So what I'll be doing, I want to make 10. I may not be able to say finish all the 10 this month, but at least that's my goal, to have 10 of those, because there's quite a few things that goes into the pocket journals. The base and stuff is pretty simple, but then there's tags, there's like labels, kind of like handmade clip art, that kind of thing, faux washi, faux buttons. There's a lot that goes into these journal kits, which means there's a lot to make. And as well as that, I also need to make some deco art tags. I would like to make 4 sets, I think should do for a while. These will just kind of be whatever. I made sure to get some more chipboard elements last month, like flowers, those kind of things, because these are supposed to be for kind of everyday use. Well, not everyday use, like kind of whatever, birthdays, thank you gifts, anything like that. It's only really the Christmas ones that are themed. Everything else tends to be just whatever I felt like doing at the time, or whatever would work with the background. I already have backgrounds. The only thing I might have to do to the pre-made backgrounds is some of them I didn't paint the backside. Not too sure why. I'm thinking that maybe initially when I first started to do the deco art tags, maybe I didn't paint the background. I'm not too sure. I can't remember that far back. It's been a while since I started to do them, quite a few years. So I'm thinking maybe that's why. So some of them have backgrounds, some of them don't. So what I would do is I'll do the backgrounds and I can make the tags, but that's fine though. It'll take a bit longer having to paint each tag individually at the back, which is why I like to do it all on one, back and front, and then cut them out, because it just is faster. But that's fine because one side's already done, and that's really good because it means that I won't have to make any backgrounds anytime soon. I have quite a few, and yeah, and then there's other stuff. I really do need to finish the denim pouches. I have some Outschool classes I want to do, like prepare for. I've already taken photos for them. I just need to like do the videos, because like with each Outschool class they want you to make a video kind of talking about it, so parents and learners will understand what they're signing up for a little bit more. Kind of show like, I don't know, what you'll need for the class, if you need anything, that kind of stuff. What else? I need to prepare for my upcoming workshop in March. And by prepare I just mean like kind of make examples so I can show the class, which won't be too much of an issue. Just making sure I have the right crease. Some of these papers were kind of already creased already, which is fine because I will be decorating these papers further, because some of these papers are kind of ugly, if I'm totally honest. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, some of them are kind of creased already, and yeah, these are all papers that I've either used to like wipe excess paint on, that kind of thing. I like to try to have as little waste as possible, and one of the ways I avoid having too much waste is by reusing things, or like say all these scrap papers. This is just stuff I've dumped paint on, or jelly prints I'm not completely fond of, didn't work out for what I wanted them to. So what I've done is I keep all of them, and then we'll use them for my pocket journals or to make junk journals. That's something I also want to do this month. I want to make a few. I think I'll do 3. I'll do like a set of 3 initially, and then maybe another set next month, because I know people did like my junk journals, so maybe like make 2 different sets. Yeah. So yeah, I'll use them in my junk journals or mixed media art. But yeah, these papers are very useful for making these pocket journal bases. Oh, and I also use them to make the full washi as well for the pocket journal kits. So lots of reusing. And what I've done, because I'm making so many, I've actually reduce the amount of scrap papers I have. So what I might do is kind of work on making some more when I'm doing something, maybe grab a piece of paper and have it underneath so it can catch some of the waste paint. I normally, what I've been doing recently is putting a lot of my waste paint into my like junk journals, but I might start putting it back on scrap paper again. I have quite a bit of scrap paper from like say last year's calendar and stuff that can be covered with paint, so I might start doing that again, so that when I have another set of pocket journals I will have more bases, because I've pretty much depleted my collection. And to give you an idea of how I don't really throw things away, some of this stuff has been around since I was around 14, maybe 14, 15, could be earlier as 13. And I'm 22, so I've been a bit of a hoarder, but this is how I okay it, it's by using them at some point. So that is all the A4 bases done, and I can't show you how they'll look at the moment. It'll have to wait until I've actually made them. And I don't normally crease them before decorating them, but from previous experience, this is for the small base, so made from A5. From previous experience, I've realized that yes, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the reason I'm creasing it beforehand is because once I kind of decorate it, because I decorate it with like paints, book paper and stuff sometimes, because sometimes the paper is somewhat damaged, there might be holes and stuff, so to like reinforce it I'll like stick book paper and stuff. Like I have a bunch of scraps in the corner here which I can use, and the reason I have all these scraps is because one of the tags that go into the pocket journal is like a book paper tag. So I've taken a cereal box, stuck book paper on it. I've got a few sheets. I'm hoping this will do. I'm not too sure if I've done enough, but yeah, I've done a few sheets so that I'll have that for the tags. And what I do is I tear off like the end parts of the pages. I don't really want those like empty spaces, so I just have the text. So yeah, I've kept all these scraps for reinforcing the pocket journal bases. Yeah, so after like some of that collaging and paint and stuff, it becomes really difficult to fold, so I'm trying the whole creasing it beforehand. Oh gosh, our bone fold is getting all icky. I hope I can clean this off. Yeah, I'm trying this whole like creasing it beforehand just to see if it makes it a bit easier. If the fold's already there, it should hopefully make it a little bit easier. Yeah, so let me see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to update you guys on before I finish. I'm not going to show you folding all of these because it's just literally folding paper. Not much goes into it. As you can see, I fold it in half, both ways, lengthways and widthways, and then when I go widthways, I fold it again to like the middle fold. So then you get 8 pages, is it? Or 4? I'm gonna have to show you when this is properly put together, because explaining it is just going to confuse you further. I'm 100% sure, because I know I'm not doing that, explaining it very well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do. I also want to make a few other things like bookmarks and stuff. Bookmarks should be pretty easy. I want to make some traditional bookmarks like my normal ones, which again kind of consist of like painty backgrounds. Oh, I probably should have put some papers aside for that, but that's fine. I can always make that like jelly printing or whatever, which would be quite simple. And then I also want to like do some digital ones where I print out like patterns and stuff that I've created before. So bookmarks shouldn't be too hard or anything, but yeah, I'm going to continue folding. Oh, something that I've done before I started this vlog is I finished one of the commissions I had that I needed to do. A painting. You would have either already seen that or will be seeing that. I'm not too sure how I'll see it, but basically I made a really lovely card with like a watercolor painting, and yeah, love how it turns out. It's already gone off to who commissioned it, but yeah, you would have seen the video footage of it, and I would talk to you about that and the process and everything when you're watching that. So I will see you guys in a bit. So now for the shaker card. As you can see, I've just created a painterly background. I chose those colors because the card is a congratulations card for someone who just became a dame. So I wanted to kind of like do a theme to the medal. So I picked those colors because that's like, say, like the color of the ribbon and like some of the colors on the medal. And then I cut the shape out. It's supposed to kind of mimic one of the medals, and that was really tricky to do. I just kind of drew it out on a piece of paper, cut it, and then drew it onto the painted background on the back, so then I can cut it out with an X-Acto knife. Yeah, so I did that, and then I stuck some acetate to the back using some red double-sided tape to create the window. I put 2 layers of foam, some foam tape and some just plain old foam, and then I kind of added some ink to the card base with an ink blender, put a pile of sequins, stuck it on top. And I also put a black frame. I thought that just kind of looked nice. Added some detailing to the medals, added a sentiment, which is a cutout from somewhere. And yeah, just added some doodles, some white doodles to the background, to the frame, some like more details. And that was it really. It was a simple card. It just took like a few steps, and I really like how it turned out. It was quite a challenge, but I really wanted to do the like medal theme right, which is why I added like the red ribbon and everything to tie all of that in, and I'm really pleased with it. The person who commissioned it was very happy with it, so I'm hoping the recipient was too. So I thought I would just show you guys how I did my bullet journal spread. I went with a cherry blossom theme. And for the like branch, I used 4 kind of browns. I like to go in with a really light color so that I can draw it out without worrying too much about mistakes being seen really easily, like standing out from the paper. And then I go in with the darker colors. I tend to like to use a minimum of 3 colors just because the blend looks nicer. These are water-based markers, so they won't blend as easily as alcohol markers. And I found that using a minimum of like 3 colors tends to work really well. 2 can work too, but I like to stick with 3, and 4 is even better. I tend to use the 4th color to like add finer details. These are double-ended, so it's a brush marker and a fine liner. So I use the fine liner to add details. And yeah, I thought it'd be nice to have a cherry blossom branch with like blossoms falling down. And then I have the month, so February, and I tend to add kind of like doodly bits on the either side of the title. And then I just go through and add those colors throughout the whole journal spread. So yeah, it's really simple, just like normal. It's the same kind of techniques I use. And let me know what you think. Hey, so I thought I would just pop in and chat to you guys real quick and show you a few things that I've done or mention it. So quickly, I just wanted to show you a couple things I got on my last trip to town. I got a couple tools. I got this distressing tool. It's supposed to be used to like distress the edges of pages, since I'll be doing a few junk journals soon, and distressing pages the way I do it takes quite a bit, so I thought I would get this and maybe it might help make things a bit quicker when it comes to that. And I also got this circle cutter. I just thought it would be useful for some things I want to do, so I picked this up. This was from the Works, this was from the range, and then I got this from the Works. I know, more wooden embellishments. I'm pretty sure I got flowers, but not these flowers, so I decided to get them anyway. I hope you can see that. It's kind of, the exposure's a bit crazy today. Yeah, so I got that, and then I got a couple like sets of metal keys. One is like a kind of antique gold, and then one is silver. Again, for junk journals I'll be making soon. I thought it would be cool to like incorporate some kind of like bookmark kind of thing into it and add charms like keys. So yeah, that's what I got. And then I did my bullet journal spread. I think, yes, I did film this, so you probably have seen this or maybe are going to, all depends on when everything comes up in the vlog. I really like how this turned out. I thought I wanted to go with something other than hearts for February, so I went with cherry blossoms, and I really like how it turned out. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, so that's done. I really like the colors and everything, so yeah, happy with that. And then I thought I would just mention really quickly that I've started to do Instagram reels, because I tried them out at first and I found like making the reel on Instagram was a bit of a pain. I really didn't like it, so I downloaded this app called InShot. I'm not sponsored, by the way. I've just looked up video editor app on Google Play, and this is what I found, and it's working out really well. And yeah, I really like it. It's made it really easy to make the Instagram reels, and what I just do, I make mine like just under 60 seconds, so it's not like too quick. And then I also put that on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook. I made sure to keep it under 60 seconds, especially to fit on the reels and on YouTube shorts. Yeah, so I thought I would just mention that. I'm doing reels now. Yeah, so this is the app, so you can see the logo better if you were looking for a video editor app. And it's free and everything, and it works pretty well. It feels a bit like the video editor I use to edit my like vlogs and podcasts and stuff. It's called I think it's called Wondershare Filmora or something. I think I'm getting that wrong, so I'll put that on screen. So yeah, it kind of works a bit like that, so I really liked it and doesn't feel too different from editing on the computer. And yeah, so I'm going to switch camera angles so that I can show you how the pocket journals are looking. Oh, and another thing about the reels that I forgot to mention is I got this tripod mount for my phone, so I won't have to hold it while making something. So I can just click record. It's by Alan, I guess you can say. I'll try to remember to link it, but I got it off of eBay, I think, but it's also on Amazon. I just think I got a better deal on eBay, which is why I got it off of there. Yeah, so that's made it easier for me to create reels. The pocket journal backgrounds, so I thought I'll just quickly flip through. This is what they look like at the moment. What I like to do is like do some collaging. Like these were the ones with sequins. I completely covered the sequins because they were gross. Not the sequins, glitter, because it was gross. It was getting everywhere. So yeah, I kind of do some collaging with like book. Okay, as I was saying, I kind of do some like collaging with tissue paper and book paper, which you would have seen earlier. And then what I do afterwards is like do some paint and stuff just to kind of bring everything together. Now they kind of look a bit of a mess at the moment, but when I'm making this, I have to remember that all of these will turn into smaller pages, because once it's like folded, which again I'll show you at that point, because I need to cut it to fold it properly to make it into a proper journal. But I wasn't a fan of what they were looking like initially, but I just kind of left them flattening underneath a really heavy box to get nice and flat, because they're all kind of curled up from the collaging. And now that I look at them, they do look a bit better, which just proves that sometimes you need to leave something for a while before you look at it, because when you're in the middle of something, sometimes you focus a bit too much on like the details and stuff like that. I can't see like the full picture. So yeah, I'm happy with the majority of them. Some of them need some work, but the paint will fix that. So that's what I'm going to do now. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention that I did do another commission card. It's already been sent off to the person who's commissioned it. I did a congratulations card and I filmed that. It was like a shaker card, and again, you've probably already seen that or will be seeing that shortly. And yeah, or you might have seen that as a short, since this is going to be published at the end of the month and the shorts are like put through throughout the month. Okay, so to decorate the pocket journal backgrounds, I do like a couple different stenciling techniques. Well, a few different stenciling techniques. Is pretty much all stenciling. One of them I use spray inks through the stencils, and then another I apply acrylic paint with a makeup sponge through stencils, and then to add like some more brighter elements to the page, or the background should I say, I will either stencil texture paste like through a stencil and then kind of swipe the excess around the page, or I will just swipe some paint around with the palette knife on the page. I didn't want them all to look the same, even though I'm using the same techniques. So yeah, and then I also use some like a few random bits like old tape, bottle lids, that kind of thing, to stamp some paint onto, as you can see in like the purpley yellow background. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I also add some like gold, bronze or silver, depending on which will suit best, to add some sparkle to some of them. But then again, like just because I'm using the same techniques, I don't want them to all look the same, so I won't even stamp on all of them. Like, it all depends. But yeah, so this is basically how I keep the process nice and simple, so I can have a good conveyor belt production going on, because I had a lot of journals to make. So after I decorated them, they had a good dry, I went in and put like a cut through the middle, just across like the two spaces in the middle of the paper, so that I can create the journal. So once the cut is done, I'll fold it lengthways and then push the two ends together, so then the cut ends stick out the other way, so it kind of creates like a star, a four-cornered star, or across, that's it, that's better, across. And then I can fold it into the journal. It's that simple. The cut edges create the pockets, and it creates two like top pockets, and then one of the pages I don't glue together, and that creates a side pocket. And yeah, so I do that. I use a bone folder to make sure everything's nice and crisp and well folded, and then I seal it all together using red double-sided tape. It's nice and strong tape, so it'll hold. And I'll put the twine like in the back page, which will be the closure, and that's a really simple closure, and sticking it into the back page makes it nice and secure. I did forget to do a couple of the ones that way, so I just had to like poke a hole through and like just kind of tie the twine in, but that was fine, it wasn't too bad. It was just a different way. I just prefer to stick the twine in. And yeah, did that with the side pocket. I punch like a little half circle out, or cut a half circle out, so that you can have like a nice kind of finger hold to get the tag out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I also go over all the edges with some white paint using a palette knife to be able to separate the pages nicely, so that when the journal is all compiled and everything, the pages separate. that is pretty much the process. And then afterwards I made some started to make some buttons, like some faux buttons. I use a corrugated piece of card in the middle, two cereal box like pieces of card on either side to create a kind of raised look. And then I'll poke some holes into it using an awl, and then I can add color. And I'll talk to you more about that in a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll show you a flip through at the end of the vlog. But yeah, I'm really happy with all the journals, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I make them. Alright, so we have reached the end of the vlog, so I thought I would show you guys the pocket journals as they are now, and a couple bits that will go with the pocket journal, at least like the stuff that I have going on at the moment. So I've started the buttons. I think I have some of this filmed, I'm not sure, but I basically took a piece of corrugated cardboard, cut a circle out, and then took like a piece of cereal box and cut smaller circles to make like this kind of raised section of the button, hoping that will focus. Stuck that on and then stuck tissue paper around it. And on some of these there's book paper, because on the corrugated cardboard I had stuck book paper on a while back, probably for something else, but I'm not too sure. That's what I'm using it for now. And then I will punch holes into it using an awl or pokey tool, whatever you call it. Again, I'm hoping this focuses so you can see this properly. There we go. And then to add color, what I tend to do is use a ink pad. Just smush the button into the ink pad and on both sides, and then what I do is I like just color the edges and around the buttonholes like these. So these are some finished ones I have from like the last set I made however long ago, and I use like acrylic paint for the edge paint. Yeah, so that's where the buttons are at the moment. I've got quite a few to do, as you can see, because I'm doing 10 of each size, so 30 journals, so I'll have a lot of buttons. Each kit comes with 3 buttons. Yeah, so that means I'm doing 90. Yeah, and I've started poking the holes already just to show you guys what it would look like. And yeah, so that's the buttons, and that'll be nice and quick to like finish off decorating, to be honest. Like with the stamp pads and stuff, I just use your regular pigment ink stamp pad or dye ink, whatever you have, I just use. And then along with the, like I showed you, the cereal boxes I collaged book paper on, because there's a book paper tag, a painted tag, and a plain tag included in the journals. So I've done all of these backgrounds for the painted tags, and I have quite a few backgrounds because all the journals are slightly different, so I just kind of put the ones that are somewhat similar together so that I can just kind of pick the same kind of color scheme and then do some backgrounds. And I have some tag templates so that I was able to figure out like how much of a cereal box I will need. And what I will do is I'll also paint the back. So the front, this is the front, the very patterned section. And then the back, I'll use the same colors. It'll just be slightly lighter, as well as there won't be as much of this texture. Like there'll be no stamping or stenciling, because I want the back to be like plain enough to be able to write on, so you can see your words clearly. And here is the last background. So yeah, I've done that as well. So just to do the back, these are practically dry, so I can do that afterwards. I did not film that because it's just literally the same process of how I was doing the backgrounds. There's just no collaging of tissue paper. It's just painting, stenciling, just the same how I was like decorating the pocket journals. And I know the vlog is crazy long already, so yeah, it's just the same as how I make most of my painted backgrounds. And here are the templates, so you have a better idea of what I'm talking about. These are the tag templates, so large, medium, small. And some of the pocket journals aren't the exact same size, but this is just a guide so I could see how much card I needed. And these are the templates for the plain tags, or more like, I don't know, I call them tags. They're not a tag shape, to go into slightly different pockets. So I'll show you the journals now, because I think I've shown you everything I wanted to show you at the moment. So we have all of the large ones, and I'll switch the camera angle to like flip through them properly. So here are the large ones. Yeah, the front one is my favorite, which I'll show you first. I really like that one. To be honest, I like them all. There's just some of them I like more, probably because they're just the colors I like anyway. So here are the medium ones. And then the small ones, which you can see are really tiny, super cute, and really can fit in your pocket. The large one will probably be a bit of a push. That's more of a handbag journal, but the small and medium one, especially the small one, should fit. And yeah, the medium one should hopefully as well. But I will have a link to the listings of some I do have inventory already in stock, so that you can see like the measurements and read up more information and stuff like that. But yeah, so let's switch camera angles and I'll give you guys a flip through of the journals. Okay, so I thought I would just show you guys the journals next to each other so you can see the differences in size. As you can see, small, medium, large, and each journal has a like a kind of colored twine, or like baker's twine closure, which wraps around a couple times to allow for growth. And each one has 3 pockets. You've got a pocket in the front, like a top pocket, and then you have a side pocket. Nice side pocket, which is where that tag that isn't shaped like a tag goes in, that rectangular tag. And then another top pocket. So one for your book paper tag, one for your painted tag, and then the plain tag in the middle. And those are your pages, pre-decorated, so you can just get on with adding your photos, your journaling. It'll come with different labels and cutouts and like inspirational words and stuff for you to be able to decorate, and pretty much have almost everything that you would want. Faux washi as well, made out of like decorated paper like this. So This is the large one. As you can see, I've like gone around all the edges with white, so that when you like flip it, since it was all made in one, you can kind of see a separation, like so. And then you just wrap it round, and there's enough like extra in this twine that when you receive your journal, you can add some beads on the end. You can really customize this journal however you want, which is why I haven't added anything onto the twine, because I wanted it to be as customizable as possible, even though the background is already pre-decorated. And now for the medium one, same thing. Twine closure, can wrap around a couple times. Top pocket for your tag, side pocket, and all the side pockets have like these little cutouts, so you can get your finger in nice and easy to pull it out instead of having to like go in to the pocket. Again, another top pocket, and there you have it. Then you have your back cover and everything all in one. And then your little one, your small journal, again, same thing. It's just this one and its counterpart, because all these small journals, because I decorated them together, they look somewhat similar, or because I cut them from a bigger piece, they all look slightly similar. I did accidentally close this one up wrong, so when I was putting the red double-sided tape to seal this, I was supposed to tape the twine within the page, then it's nice and secure, it won't pull out, that kind of thing, and as well it won't take up any page space. But this one and its counterpart, I accidentally sealed it before. I completely forgot about the closure, so what I did, I just poked a hole, thread the twine through, tied a nice like knot to the side so it wouldn't add any bulk to your journal, and I added a tiny tail. I guess you can put a bead on that if you like. I just like it like that, but if it's yours, you do what you will. And yeah, so this and its counterpart has this kind of closure, but everything else has the seal closure, how it's supposed to be, so you have your full page. And yeah, so I will flip through the rest of these journals and just give you a couple updates to close off the vlog. Okay, so while I flip through, I thought I would just give you some updates. So let's start off with the market, since I've been mostly preparing for that, among a couple other things. So my first market coming up in March will be on the 5th, so a Saturday at Royal Star Arcade. The Royal Star Arcade Artisan Market is open between 10 and 2. There are a bunch of lovely stalls, my stall of course, there's candle stalls, food stalls, all sorts, really lovely things. And that is at Royal Star Arcade in the Maidstone Town Centre, 10 till 2 on a Saturday. So that is the Royal Star Arcade Market, and that one is every first Saturday of the month. So even if you miss me on the 5th of March, I will also be there in April. So the next Saturday, so the 12th of March, will be at the Maidstone Market. Again, that is a monthly thing, every second Saturday, and that one is open between 9 and 2 p.m. on the second Saturday of the month, so March 12th. And that's an even bigger market. There's a whole bunch of different stalls, and it's really lovely. And again, there are food stalls too, and there's some really nice food stalls and lots of cake stalls and stuff, which I have eaten from multiple times, so I can say they're good. And then my third market of the month, it'll be a very busy month next month, will be at the Much Ado events at Pim's Court Farm. That'll be on the 20th of March, which is a Sunday, and it is a Mother's Day market, so it'd be lovely to grab any gifts for Mother's Day. Well, all of the markets will be good for grabbing gifts for Mother's Day. yeah, so that one is Much Ado Events Mother's Day Sunday Craft Fair at Pim's Court Farm. And Much Ado is actually a tea room if you're new to my channel. If you're not, you probably know that I also hold my workshops there as well. It's a lovely tea room. It's in this barn. It's got a lovely rustic feel. There's artwork around. I have some of my artwork displayed there, as well as like a bunch of other like artwork and like repurposed furniture as well. There's a really lovely like kind of shabby chic vibe to the furniture. Is really lovely there, that she also has displayed as well. So that'll have a bunch of craft stores, and you can also get some tea and cakes at Much Ado. And I also have my mixed media on burlap canvas workshop coming up next month. It is on the 19th of March, which is a Saturday. It is between 10 and 3 p.m. All materials, drinks and lunch are included. It is at Much Ado Events at Pim's Court Farm, so the same place as that Mother's Day craft fair. And their lunch, they provide the lunch. It's really lovely. My last workshops, the lunch was absolutely delicious. So yeah, drinks and lunch included in the price. It is £50 per person. They are aimed at adults, but teens are welcome, and the minimum age is 14 years of age. And we will cover a bunch of like mixed media techniques, as well as like palette knife painting techniques to create a finished canvas. And it'll be on burlap canvas, which is a really nice like fun change. I like to change up the surfaces I create on sometimes, so yeah, creating on burlap is really nice, like painting on it, working with the different texture. And the workshop is beginner friendly, so if you've never tried this before, you've never done mixed media, or you're a complete beginner to art, you've never really like done creative things like that, or you've always wanted to try your hand at it, this workshop is perfect for you. If you just want to dabble, try something out, a nice like day activity. And it's also a great Mother's Day gift as well. If you know your mom has always wanted to try her hand at something creative, you know, you can definitely gift that to her, or you can go as well. It could be a really lovely like day experience. And there are 3 spaces still available as I'm filming this, so if you are interested, please do check the link down below in the description. I have that linked. It has a bunch more information, as well as the like location and everything, how to book, all via that link, as well as my other workshops. I have multiple workshops coming up this year. I think I spoke about it earlier in the vlog. I have a wet felting one in May. That one has 4 spaces left, so if you're interested, again, the link is down below. And then I have a handmade paper one where you'll be making paper as well as a journal. That one will be in July. And then I have a lino block carving, like stamp carving workshop, as well as printing, so stamp carving and printing workshop. That one will be in September. And then I have a jelly printing and card making workshop in November. So if you're interested in any of those, again, check out the link. All the booking information, all the extra information, prices, all that will be in that description link. And there'll also be a link to my upcoming events. I have a page for my workshops and my upcoming events, so that you guys can keep up with it, and you can also join my newsletter as well. I try my best to send out like minimum 1 newsletter a month, just to keep you guys updated on anything I change on the website, or new products, events coming up, anything like that. And yeah, I think that is all I want to update you guys on. I can't think of anything else at the moment. I will like have everything. I'll have anything that I might have missed in the description, but I think I've gotten everything. And yeah, so I'm almost done with the pocket journals. Everything else now is just to kind of compile and assemble, and of course I will have the photos and everything on my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I will update my website, of course. So yeah, to see the finished journals, you can follow me on any of my social medias. I also post in like the community section on YouTube for my channel. I'll post there as well, and I'll probably have a bit of a flip through, like short or reel or something, since I've started to do shorts this month for YouTube and then like reels for Instagram. I'll probably do that as well, so you can have a nice flip through, and you'll also be able to get to see them with their tags and other like kit elements. And yeah, so let me know which one, like what size you think you would like to use the most, what like colors you thought was like your favorite, that kind of thing. And yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notification bell. I upload a podcast mid-month, a studio vlog at the end of the month, as well as shorts throughout the month now, to kind of keep you guys updated on the things I'm creating throughout the month, so you can see little short videos that way. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna thank you guys for watching again. I hope you enjoyed. I'm just gonna pull this all in so you can see how many there are. And yeah, here are all the journals all piled onto one. And I look forward to compiling the kits and finishing them off and packaging them. I don't think I'll have any more making for like next month's vlog, but I might film myself packaging it, just because, just so you guys can kind of see like how it all comes together. But yeah, thanks again for watching. Bye.